Hey everyone, it's me. Some of you know who I am and the others don't. They call me Love. Alright, we'll just stick with that for right now. But anyhow, I just want to come on here really quick to talk to you and ask you, because the big thing right now is Black Lives Matter. So my question to you is, do Black lives really matter? And who are you trying to convince? Who are you out here trying to convince? You out here marching, protesting, which is great. I'm glad that you guys are out here and you're standing up for yourselves. However, do Black lives really matter? Okay? The answer is yes. But the problem is who are you trying to convince? Okay? Now, I like to come from the Word, okay? Because that is a reference that all of you are, something that you all can reference to. All right? So anyway, the first issue is that you don't know who you are. All right? So the Word of God says in Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3 that the ox knoweth his owner and the ass his master's crib, but Israel do not know, my people do not consider. Okay? Here's another one. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest unto me. So somebody's supposed to be some priest unto God, right? Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. All right? Another one, Isaiah chapter 30 verse 12. Wherefore, thus said the Holy One of Israel, because he despised his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stayed thereon. Okay, it goes further into that. But what this is pretty much saying is something that you need to know that you do not know. Okay, you guys don't understand. You guys don't know who you are. You don't consider it, and you really don't care. All right, these people are giving you a narrative, and you believe it. You trust in it. You saying whatever they say, whatever you see on TV, it must be law. That's what you believe, right? Before I go any further, I want to mention something that I think is going to be the theme of the next couple of videos that I'm going to make, which is the Willie Lynch letter of 1712. Okay? You've heard of Willie Lynch, right? You've heard of lynching. That's where the term lynching comes from. And Willie Lynch was a gentleman that was a slave. I'm going to call him a gentleman, whatever. But he was a slave owner, okay? And they had in the West Indies, and they requested his help to come in and help them, other slave masters, help them control the slaves, okay? And in this letter, his main point, it's a couple of pages, but the main point of this letter was, or the main objective that they were trying to achieve in order to control everyone, to control you, was, or us, I would say, is that they had to make sure that you were in fear, that you had distrust amongst your people, and that you were envious of your people. I'm going to tell you, during this process of me trying to come out and do what I'm designed to do, this system has been played on me. So it's taken me a while to come out and be able to fully bloom and help you guys. But it's the truth, is that they had to put fear within, put fear in you, distrust of your people, and make you envious, okay? I don't know if you really can think about it, but they have been very successful in this. This is how they've been able to control you in so many different ways. The police is one way, right? Y'all, everybody's supposed to be so scared, but you guys outnumber the police. I need you to understand, though, that the police is not in control. There is a bigger force that's in control of the police. The police work for these people, okay? So calm down a little bit, because it's not just about the police. There is a hand, an invisible hand. It's people that you don't understand, like what they call the deep state, that are running them. All right? So anyways, it's very important for you to go ahead on and read the Willie Lynch letter of 1712, so you can have if you haven't read it yet, so you can have an understanding kind of what is happening, what's been happening, okay? All right, so anyways, the second point I want to mention is that your identity has been stolen, and you have been given a narrative, and you believe in it, okay? There was somebody, it's a quote that I don't know exactly who said it, but they said, those that control the media control the mind. And they've been controlling your mind. All right? So, the next scriptures that I want to come with, there's one in, wait one second. Okay, so this next one is from Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6 through 7, where it says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Verse 7 says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Okay? Now again, I said your identity has been stolen. Okay, I'm going to try to make it even more clear for you. All right? So you all know about Solomon, right? He's supposed to be one of the greatest ever, right? All right, so Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5 says, I am black but comely, which means I look good, okay? O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, and as the curtains of Solomon. Verse 6, look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me, and my mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyard have I not kept. Okay? Now this is chapter 1, the same book, Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 10. Tell me this isn't black people. Okay? You got to know who you are. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, right? Got gold and stuff in your mouth, right? Diamonds and stuff, right? And thy neck with chains of gold. Right? So who is that? Who are they talking about? Okay? Do you know who you are? They know who you are. They stole your identity. All right? And you believe it. You run for it. You act wild. There's something else that I want to mention that was important in the Willie Lynch letter, was that they talked about they wanted to make it to where you were body over mind, okay? Where you use your body before you use your mind, like you do. Y'all here running rampant. You're using your body before you use your mind. They've been playing with your mind, though. Understand. Understand, all right? Okay, so as I'm saying, they wanted you to be body over mind. They using their mind, but you're not using yours. You're just, oh, rah, 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 right? All right. So this is also the issue, that you want to be just like them, okay? You guys are trendsetters, but instead, you want to be just like your oppressors. You trust in oppression, like I said in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12, okay? Because you despise the word and you trust in oppression and perverseness. Okay? Y'all doing everything out here that you know that you should not be doing. But you like, so what? YOLO, we only live once, which is another lie. I'll talk about that in another video. Okay? This is something that you need to know, that they know about you. They already know that you're God's, but you don't know that, right? They know that you're God's, but you don't know that. Psalms chapter 82, verse 6 says, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Let me read that again. Psalms chapter 82, verse 6 says, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. Okay? Verse 7, but ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Verse 8, arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Maybe not verse 8 for you as much, but anyway. No, verse 8 for you as well. All right, so anyways, John chapter 10, verse 34. Okay, and Christ said to them, is it not written in your law, I said, ye are gods? So again, we already know Solomon is a part of that family. Solomon is black, so he's talking to black folks. And they said you're gods. So what are you out here doing? Who are you trying to convince? They already know who you are. You don't know who you are. All right, so being that you are gods, you're supposed to act more like God, right? You should seek to try to be more like God or Christ, right? Because Christ was God walking on earth, all right? That is another story. As time go on, I'll get deeper into it because you must know who I am, all right? But anyway, the last thing that one of the last things I want to talk about, which is probably the most important, is love, because God is love. You're supposed to be more like God, and God is love, right? I told you I was love. But anyways, let's talk about it. Let's go to the scriptures with it, all right? So Proverbs chapter 8, verses 13 through 17. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate. Verse 14. Counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. Verse 15. By me kings reign and princes decree justice. 16. By me princes rule and nobles, even the judges of the earth. Verse 17. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. All right. 1 John chapter 4 verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. Okay, being afraid is how they've been able to torment you. All right, that's the biggest issue. Y'all afraid. They out here talking about you got to get this and got that. God didn't say that, but you afraid. You're scared. No, that's not happening. You're not going to get that. If you get that, you're going against God anyway, and you won't be able to be helped. So we're not getting any vaccines or none of those type of things. We're not doing that. They have sold you a narrative, a story, and you believe it. That's all they do is they get into your mind. They sell you stories, and you believe it every time. You've been believing it for 400 years. Let's go back. Okay, so let me say this again. 1 John chapter 4, verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. All right? John chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you. For ye also love one another. I'm sorry, let me read that again, because I read it wrong. All right? A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Okay? What's this? Verse 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. Okay? So you supposed to love more than anything. That is what we normally and naturally do. That is normal and natural. Hate is not. Hate is taught. You learn hate on TV. You learn hate by interacting with one another. Because of what? Envy. Right? Jealousy, envy. What did I say? From the thing. From the what? Distrust in one another. All right? And fear. This is how you've been hating one another. Nobody, you weren't born hating nobody. And I'm not talking about between races or whatever. A lot of times the problem is within your own community. You hating on one another like they wanted you to do by design, right? All right. Back to where I'm at. 1 John chapter 4, verse 7 through 8. Verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. Okay? Let me read that again just to make sure we're on the same page. Verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. Okay? Verse 8. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. Okay? I'm saying it again. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. So if you are of love, you are one of God's people. Okay? You know God. But if you are a hateful person, if hate is what's within you, then you're not of God. Okay? You're not one of God's children or none of that. All right? This ain't got nothing to do with no color. You understand? Yeah. All right. So 1 John chapter 4, verse 11. Beloved, if God so loved us, we ought also to love one another. You notice that as I'm saying about love, it don't say nothing about, oh, don't love this person, don't love this race of people, because God made everybody. That's what you have to understand. God even made your enemies. God made everyone. Understand. Okay? 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he have seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen? Where's the love at? Where is the love at? All right. This is a very important one right here. If John chapter 14, verse 15, if ye love me, keep my commandments. This is what God has said. This is what the Most High said. This is what God has said. If you love me, keep my commandments. I think that if we dealt with that right there, a lot of stuff would be different. Because you'll be able to self-govern yourself just by keeping them commandments, which talks about loving and honoring your family and all kind of things, right? Talks about no graven images, right? Because God lives within you. God is not at that church house. I don't care what you believe, all right? God is within you. That's another story. All right. Lastly, I want to mention this, which is a little different. I had way more to say, but I want to keep it simple and short because I know people's attention spans is kind of short. Even sometimes mine is because of this social media stuff. So I ain't talking about you bad. And somebody right here, see a little hand is waving. Anyways, listen here. I want to go to Romans chapter 11, verse 26, where it says, "And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, okay, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob." All right, I am the one you've been waiting on. I need you to donate to the cause in whatever way you can. Some of you, I'm going to be asking that you donate your time and your expertise. Some of you, and all of you, if you can, donate something, $1, $4, $5, whatever you can donate, okay? We are just getting started. We have a lot of work to do. But racism will not be tolerated. I'm telling you with my authority that racism will not be tolerated. And if you don't change your ways in your heart, you will die.